I refuse to join any club that would have me as a member. I, not events, have the power to make me happy or unhappy today. I can choose which it shall be. Yesterday is dead, tomorrow hasn't arrived yet. I have just one day, today, and I'm going to be happy in it. Behind every successful man is a woman, behind her is his wife. The secret of life is honesty, and fair dealing. If you can fake that, you've got it made. Man does not control his own fate. The women in his life do that for him. I've had a perfectly wonderful evening. But this wasn't it. I intend to live forever, or die trying. I never forget a face, but in your case, I'll be glad to make an exception. Getting older is no problem. You just have to live long enough. Well, art is art, isn't it? Still, on the other hand, water is water. And east is east and west is west, and if you take cranberries and stew them like applesauce, they taste much more like prunes than rhubarb does. Now you tell me what you know. It isn't necessary to have relatives in Kansas City in order to be unhappy. I worked my way up from nothing to a state of extreme poverty. No man goes before his time, unless the boss leaves early. Military justice is to justice what military music is to music. Why a 4-year-old child could understand this report. Run out and find me a 4-year-old child. I can't make head nor tail out of it. I'm not feeling very well, I need a doctor immediately. Ring the nearest golf course. If I held you any closer, I would be on the other side of you. A woman is an occasional pleasure, but a cigar is always a smoke. Either he's dead, or my watch has stopped. Before I speak, I have something important to say. A child of 5 would understand this. Send someone to fetch a child of 5. Please accept my resignation. I don't care to belong to any club that will have me as a member. I have a mind to join a club and beat you over the head with it. From the moment I picked your book up, until I laid it down, I was convulsed with laughter. Someday I intend reading it. Whoever named it necking was a poor judge of anatomy. I've got the brain of a 4-year-old. I'll bet he was glad to be rid of it. Politics doesn't make strange bedfellows, marriage does. Marry me and I'll never look at another horse. My mother loved children, she would have given anything if I had been one. I'm leaving, because the weather is too good. I hate London when it's not raining. Those are my principles, and if you don't like them, well, I have others. Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog it's too dark to read. A man's only as old as the woman he feels. I must confess, I was born at a very early age. One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got into my pajamas I'll never know. Marriage is a wonderful institution, but who wants to live in an institution? I don't care to belong to a club that accepts people like me as members. A hospital bed is a park taxi with the meter running. Who are you going to believe, me or your own eyes? I was married by a judge. I should have asked for a jury. I remember the first time I had sex, I kept the receipt. I won't belong to any organization that would have me as a member. A black cat crossing your path signifies that the animal is going somewhere. All people are born alike, except Republicans and Democrats. She got her looks from her father. He's a plastic surgeon. There's one way to find out if a man is honest: ask him. If he says, yes, you know he is a crook. Military intelligence is a contradiction in terms. Humor is reason gone mad. Anyone who says he can see through women is missing a lot. I must say, I find television very educational. The minute somebody turns it on, I go to the library and read a good book. Alimony is like buying hay for a dead horse. Women should be obscene and not heard. Next time I see you, remind me not to talk to you. My favorite poem is the one that starts 30 days hath September because it actually tells you something. I find television very educating. Every time somebody turns on the set, I go into the other room and read a book. I have had a perfectly wonderful evening, but this wasn't it. In Hollywood, brides keep the bouquets and throw away the groom. I didn't like the play, but then I saw it under adverse conditions. The curtain was up. Go, and never darken my tells again. Quote me as saying I was misquoted. If you've heard this story before, don't stop me, because I'd like to hear it again. The first thing which I can record concerning myself is that I was born. These are wonderful words. This life, to which neither time nor eternity can bring diminution, this everlasting living soul, began. My mind loses itself in these depths. I read in the newspapers they are going to have 30 minutes of intellectual stuff on television every Monday from 7:30 to 8. To educate America. They couldn't educate America if they started at 6:30. Practically everybody in New York has half a mind to write a book, and does. Room service? Send up a larger room. I wish to be cremated. 1/10 of my ashes shall be given to my agent, as written in our contract.